Save. Get ready for stars, stripes, and fun as the LA County Fair returns this May. All the thrills, fair food, and unforgettable moments. May 3rd through the 27th. Visit lacountyfair.com to learn more.
Without my good feet, I would not be able to do this. And remember, I'm in my 60s. Hey!
8 pieces of pollo, 3 large sides, warm tortillas. The fire-grilled family meal, only at El Pollo Loco.
Good morning, I'm Frank Buckley. A judge has fined former President Donald Trump for violating a gag order in the hush money trial. The judge also warning the former president he could face jail time if it happens again. The latest on the case just ahead.
I'm Eric Spillman. President Biden and House Speaker Mike Johnson are both speaking out about what's happening on the campus of Columbia University. Protesters have taken over a building there. I'll have the latest coming up.
Good morning. I'm Lena Berbian, live here in downtown LA. Coming up next, is a cashless business a good idea? Several members of the LA City Council are pushing for a ban. We hear from them later this morning.
Good morning, I'm Jessica Holmes. It is one of the most iconic zip codes in all of America, but Beverly Hills has been dethroned as the most expensive neighborhood in the country. We'll tell you which one now takes the top spot.
Good morning, I'm Sam Rubin. New here at 8 o'clock. We love her in Abbott Elementary, and Lisa Ann Walter, part of this Netflix Is a Joke comedy festival. She will be cracking wise here. Plus, the man who plays Thor says his last movie wasn't so super. It's Chris Hemsworth's apology coming up.
Beautiful weather, too, for today and all the way through until Friday. Then it's going to cool down over the weekend. Seems like, this last weekend was great, but it seems like the weekends have more rain and cooler temperatures than the middle of the week. But nevertheless, today, coastal 68, downtown with a high of 74, 83 in the San Fernando Valley, high desert 81, 83 inland, Empire and Orange County inland, 76 degrees. Ginger with traffic.
You know, I was thinking about Sam's question about the Elysian Theater. I think it used to be known as the Knightsbridge Theater, and I think that's what a lot of people remember that as, and maybe that will help. Good morning to you guys. Good morning, everybody. We're here to help you out, hopefully, to show you what the drive is like in areas like, say, Pico Rivera, Whittier, heading in towards areas of Montebello. 605 freeway, the southbound side of Beverly Boulevard. You go to the west, takes you into those spots, right? Rosemead, Montebello. To the east, that would be Whittier, Pico Rivera. All right, 605 south at Beverly with a crash involves 4 cars. Right lane's blocked. What a mess it is in both directions. Very tough there. 210 westbound side right here at about Sierra Madre Avenue. So the tie-up with 2 cars. Now the left lane is taken up, so the conditions are real rough here before and after the crash. I mean, some people might opt to take, say, Colorado, Foothill Boulevard for a little bit. No matter how you spin it, though, this 210 rocked with a whole bunch of heavy slowing that we're seeing here. We'll keep track of it, though, for your drive on this Tuesday to see what the rest of the commute looks like. I'll send it over to you guys.
And we begin with this breaking news. A New York judge has found former President Donald Trump in contempt of court for repeatedly violating a gag order. The judge fined the former president and threatened him with jail time if there's another violation. KTLA's Trevor Shirley live in Washington with more for us. Trevor, good morning.
Frank, good morning to you as well. This ruling that came down earlier today was a major rebuke for the former president, who's been arguing that he's just been exercising his right to free speech. That ruling came down earlier this morning. Judge Juan Merchan finding Mr. Trump made 9 gag order violations, even though prosecutors said he'd made 10. The former president was fined $9,000, which he has to pay by this Friday. He was also ordered to remove 7 offending posts from his Truth Social account and 2 from his campaign website. That all has to happen by this afternoon. The judge also threatening Mr. Trump with jail time if he continues to violate the case's gag order. Prosecutors say Mr. Trump repeatedly violated that order by publicly criticizing the judge, jurors, witnesses, and other people connected to this New York hush money case. Mr. Trump says he has free speech rights to criticize people connected to the case, but obviously today the judge disagreed with him on that front. Now, so often when we talk about the former president, we use that word unprecedented. But in this case, if the former president is sent to jail for continued violations, that would certainly be unprecedented. Just the security arrangements alone needed to make that happen could potentially keep the judge from going that far. But the question remains, does a $9,000 fine like the one we saw today really serve as a deterrent for someone with as much wealth as the former president has? We'll certainly just have to wait and see what happens next. That's the latest here in Washington. We'll send it back to you guys in L.A.
Trevor, thank you for that this morning. Students at Columbia University in New York City remain barricaded in one of the campus buildings this morning. There were violent protests overnight, and some of the students smashed windows. Ktla's Eric Spillman in the newsroom now with the latest for us. Eric, good morning.
Morning, Jessica. This morning, both President Biden and House Speaker Mike Johnson are speaking out about what's happening at Columbia. The same pro-Palestinian demonstrators who've been camped out on campus for 2 weeks are now occupying a building at the university. They broke into Hamilton Hall on Columbia's main New York campus overnight, smashing out windows. Dozens of protesters formed a human chain. They locked arms in front of the building, then they carried furniture and metal tables to the entrance to form a barricade. At least 200 people are now holed up inside. Some of them went to an upper floor window and unfurled a banner to rename the building Hind's Hall after Hind Rajab, a 6-year-old girl who was killed in the Gaza war. Columbia announced it was essentially closing down today. Only workers and students who actually live on campus are being allowed in. The protesters say they plan to stay in the building until the university concedes to their demands. They want the school to divest from companies with ties to Israel, and they say on social media, if Columbia tries to remove them by force, the school will, quote, have blood on its hands. Students who are not part of the protest blame the university administration for failing to crack down. They complain this is a huge disruption just a few days before finals.
They've sent a signal to the protesters saying, hey, look, your protest is working. Violating the university rules is working. We're going to negotiate with you. We're going to give you concessions, and we're going to harm all the other students that have nothing to do with this in the process. And it's completely unacceptable. It's completely unacceptable for a school of this sticker price. It costs $80,000 a year without aid to go to this school. I think it's absolutely horrendous, and I think that the university needs to put a stop to this lawlessness.
The takeover of the building on campus came after Columbia imposed a deadline of 2 p.m. yesterday. The university told demonstrators to remove their tents or to face suspension. Some did, but many did not. A school spokesman says suspensions have started, but he could not provide many details. And the protesters say they are staying put no matter what. They're demanding amnesty.
The students refuse to trade in the blood of Palestinians. The university has conducted itself with obstinacy and arrogance, refusing to be flexible on some of our most basic points.
This morning, Republican House Speaker Mike Johnson is criticizing pro-Palestinian demonstrators on college campuses, including Columbia. He says in many cases, their protests have hate speech or include hate speech that is directed at Jewish students.
This is out of control. We've got to protect the innocent students there, and we got to say clearly and without any equivocation that anti-Semitism is wrong, and we need to stamp it out.
The White House issuing this statement this morning. It says President Biden respects the right to free expression, but protests must be peaceful and lawful. Forcibly taking over buildings is not peaceful. It is wrong. And hate speech and hate symbols have no place in America. The New York Police Department says its officers are not taking any action at Columbia University because university administrators have not made a complaint about what's happening on campus and have not requested any help. Jessica, Frank.
Okay, Eric, we thank you for that. Now to the protest at UCLA. Campus police responding to a clash between counter-protesters last night near the pro-Palestinian encampment.
Officers had to separate people who were seen shoving and shouting at each other. KTLA's Carlos Herrera live in Westwood with those details. We are still waiting 24 hours. After Eric Spillman was standing right here trying to find answers from UCLA, to hear from the administration or from their PR people. And Carlos, have you heard anything at all from UCLA?
We've talked to about 3 representatives here this morning, Frank, all of them telling us you're going to have to wait for an updated statement that should be coming within this hour. I asked if those questions are going to be answered. They say they simply don't know. What we do know, and we can tell you here, is that these pro-Palestinian protesters have pretty much taken over this part of campus. They're starting to wake up here this morning. We've been in touch with the media liaison here this morning. They're pretty much refusing to talk to us and any other media outlets. They say that's simply not part of their movement and will not be doing it at all today. We've seen them put up more plywood in this area surrounding the encampment, bringing in more metal barriers as well. They're blocking public access, this public walkway, entrances to buildings, the library as well. Now, why they're allowed to do that, that's still unknown. But I can tell you this is endorsed by the university because they brought in extra security guards here this morning. You'll see them in yellow guarding this area. This, of course, as tensions escalated overnight.